What's going on, moviegoers all over the world? My name is Ryan D. Ryan680.
One at Cloud X Drive.
And I'm Steady, returning back from the countdown to the Geekcast. What's going on, guys?
Special guest here, man. I mean, this is it. This is finally it. It is finally here, ladies and gentlemen. The A's turning into dust. Everything's turning into dust. Everything's chaotic, guys. Spoiler free, by the way. We're not mentioning any spoilers.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers at all.
Yeah, well, this is our non-spoilers review, guys.
Unspoiler.
Yeah, unspoiler, right? Well, don't worry, we're not going to spoil it for you. We're just going to let you know if it was really worth the wait, and does it really feel like 3 hours long? And ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and answer that question, guys. Did it feel like 3 hours long?
It did not. Visually, it did not. But me personally, I'm in this Captain America suit. It was hot. It felt so long.
Okay, all right, okay.
Overall, no, it did not. Yeah. It did not feel 3 hours long.
I mean, it felt like 10 hours, but it was 10 fun, thrilling, exhilarating
was
hours.
Paced. It was paced really well.
It felt like years, but I enjoyed every single second of it. So I have no problem with the length of this movie at all. Don't eat a lot or drink a lot before you watch it. That's my only advice to you all.
Yeah. Obviously, we got the whole studio decked out for you guys out there, moviegoers out there. I mean, we got Captain America himself right here. We got Thor right here, and then
I am worthy.
Yeah,
and we got Black Widow.
Oh man, all right, guys. So so let's get right to it, man. I mean, starting from Act 1, I really coming about this, the way they left Infinity War. I didn't really see this scene coming to, I guess you could say, per se. Like, the way they started it, I didn't think they were going to start at that point, I would say.
I mean, I didn't predict that exact scene, but I felt they had to do something like that.
Yeah.
Where do you leave off?
That's the thing, too. Like,
so I think they did a good job.
I loved it. We did a previous talk somewhere, or a video or a podcast probably, but I said I want to feel it. I want to feel like, the repercussions were huge. I wanted the ramifications of the snap and what Thanos did. If we don't see how bad everyone is, like how far they've fallen, then anything that happens after that then doesn't have as much of an impact.
Yeah, and I'm glad though, because you do get a new perspective of this, guys. You do get I will say that we're not gonna, of course, mention it whatsoever, but you do get a new perspective of it, a new point of view. And it's a good point of view because it shows the sentimental of it, and it shows everything that I felt like we needed and was necessary. Because I didn't see this coming, and it's great though, because I feel like the Russo brothers really wanted us to connect in that sentimental way on seeing it on another point of view. But yeah, I mean, dude, I'm so, I didn't feel like this movie was 3 hours long. This movie is well paced, guys. So I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this movie is very well paced. The way they constructed this movie, I felt like it was very, visual wise. I mean, it was phenomenal. I mean, let's just right off the bat, like we get so much CGI was done into this, and it was done very well. I mean, good job to the Russo brothers, man. They did an awesome job with this as far as visuals goes. Because I feel like there was not a hesitant moment where I was all like, oh, it looks too digital, or it looks too vivid, or you couldn't see it, clearly, and everything was visually stunning. I mean, everything was, to be honest. I just felt like that. I mean, when it comes to visuals and everything,
they always have a little bit of a challenge whenever somebody's wearing a helmet. It always looks like it's a green screen helmet. It's never an actual helmet around them, so there's always a little bit of the color or the contrast that doesn't always match what it looks like. So you can always tell when the helmets are fake. Mm-hmm. A lot of helmets a lot of people wear in this movie, so those always stand out a tad bit, but it's never a gripe for me. I really don't care. Well, all I care about is you gave us Infinity War, which had this incredible, bold story. How the hell are you gonna top that? Exactly.
Cloud, what do you think of the visuals, man?
Visuals are okay. I didn't see anything like stunning.
Okay.
Visual wise, it wasn't like the Lion King when you first see the stars right now. I'm being for real. Nothing like that. Nothing caught my eyes. Wow. Maybe like one of the last scenes, maybe. But besides that, Visuals are great, just nothing breathtaking.
There is one shot that I for sure is my favorite because it did stand out the most in the entire film, and I want that as my wallpaper. I won't call it out right now.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Whenever we do our spoiler review, then I'm gonna totally call it out and say I need that.
But I mean, visual-wise, this one didn't like wow me like Doctor Strange did.
True.
Okay. Well,
that's what I mean. Comparing it to like visuals like that, it didn't have nothing breathtaking on visuals. It didn't go as bad as I thought it would.
Yeah.
But I wasn't satisfied. This movie, 10 years of hype building up to this. It wasn't Lord of the Rings or it was a trilogy.
Yeah.
It was 10 years building up to this one moment when we had a devastating prequel to this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't think anyone wanted to miss any moment for this movie. I think that's what they're trying to get across.
Yeah. And I will say this, though, that like it pays respect and tribute to every single person that's been in the MCU. I mean, it really does. It shows 10 years and it
Except
shows...
Edward Norton.
Ouch. Yeah, obviously, because I know that's one of your favorite... that's your
not one of my favorites, but...
Okay.
I don't have an issue with him. Obviously, coworkers do.
But yeah, so I mean, it does pay respects towards every single one and tribute and everything. I mean, you know, it shows us it's been 10 years and it's been a great 10 years, obviously. And they had a plan, and to see it actually executed on camera and on screen, I bet you Kevin Feige, the Russo brothers, are all happy what they got. Bob Iger and everything, they're all happy exactly what they got over there at the studios. But no, yeah. So. You know, was this the film that we deserved, guys?
Yes, very much so.
That and then some. I mean, if you say it's a film that we deserve, I think I've always had a weird way of thinking about this question. I almost feel like we don't deserve it. I almost feel like it's so good, it surpasses anyone's expectations, anyone's imagination. Because I had... Like, you've heard theories about what was going to happen, and I always had ways of breaking or busting theories by coming up with something that was in a trailer or something else that I was thinking about. So in my head, I'm like, nothing that I've seen fits.
Okay.
This movie figured out a way to make it all fit, and I would say 95% of the time make it work well. I have a lot of questions after this movie that aren't going to get answered, but I'm completely satisfied with what I saw. So it's a matter of just going with it, I think.
Yeah,
and
we have to.
We do have to. But I was thrilled exactly how this story was written. Shout out to Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, the guys that wrote Infinity War. They wrote this one too. Okay. And I can't imagine two better movies in any franchise.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay. All right. No, I hear there. All right. So we're gonna go to our ratings portion, guys. And I know this is very tough. Were y'all able to figure out y'all's ratings? 1 out of 10?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow, a 9?
Not a perfect score.
Dude, wow. What the heck? I'm tripping out. Dude, you gave...
Is that too low or too high?
Yo, that's too low. Did you give what was it? You gave a Marvel movie a 9 point something. It was so close to a 10.
This one...
Dude, like,
again, some of the writing I had issues with.
Okay.
And then the score. This one, the music did not wow.
I didn't like it. I didn't like any... Okay, during the action sequences, I will... Oh, speaking of that, I'm sorry. Going back to that, so, like... You what was your score again? You said 9.
9. Give it a solid 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. You know, just because it's Avengers and everything, and this is what the hype of the movie is.
Biased. And let me just be biased.
I'll do 9.5. I'll go 0.5 just because of the work and everything. Just because we've seen this from the very first Iron Man and everything. We've seen the anticipation, and I will say this though: the reason why I give it more is because I love the one thing I did love about was the action sequences was the way the camera was moving along with them. So like that was my big pet peeve was that if you have a battle scene and you have so many characters. Game of Thrones, you need to make sure their own camera is like moving along. Everyone has good amount even camera time, especially for so many characters. Because at first, when we first heard about Infinity War, we're all like, "Who has much screen time? Who has this?" And
but they did a chart for Infinity War.
Yeah, exactly,
that was pretty weird.
And so like with this one, we didn't really see it like that, but. You still have to see it like that because it's just like who got more screen time or who's really the main characters here when it comes to the film wise, I mean comic book wise, how many main characters? I mean there's, but movie wise, you got to go to where like who is the main characters, which I could probably say is probably the originals. I would say, right? And then everyone else is supporting, even though they all played main characters in their own movies. But so I'll give it 9.4. Like I said, I love the action sequences in the movie, the camera angles, and I did not like the score though. I did not like it whatsoever during the action scenes.
I don't mind the score. A lot of reoccurring themes, a lot of other characters' themes got brought back.
Yeah.
I mean, without spoiling anything, we visit a lot of similar scenes from Infinity War and stuff. So a lot of those same themes come back. I love the story. I love the story so much that it's almost a 10 for me.
Oh wow! Okay.
I think the only things that it's hard to judge this movie because they did so many things extremely well.
Okay.
Like even when there's no action, even when your characters are just standing around talking about
development was awesome, dialogue was awesome,
everything was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So it is a 10 because I don't think they could have written a better movie. I do think though that I do think that there's a lot of characters that had proper amount of screen time, great arcs for some characters that have been sort of left behind, and some great moments for some heroes at the end.
Great moments.
And that's all I can say about that. I don't see how you make this movie any better. I wouldn't. Usually I go into a movie and I'm like...
Score.
Just kidding. Usually I go into a movie and I said, this emotional scene didn't work for me. This moment didn't, thrill me like it was supposed to.
Yeah.
But every single emotional beat worked.
Wow, okay.
Every single like cheering moment worked. It's probably also just my crowd because they were riled up the entire time, and as was my son who was with me. Yeah. But 10. I wouldn't change.
Oh wow, 10. Okay.
I wouldn't change anything.
So in a week from now, if we ask you, you're not going to change it after? Are you seeing this movie again? Obviously,
I will see it again. I have to.
Yeah.
I don't know in which format because I think I saw it in the best possible format.
You got to start with the
Russian subtitles. No, I saw it in a great format with a great crowd, and it was just the proper first viewing. So solid 10. I wouldn't change it. Bravo.
Dang.
We talked a little bit before about what I thought, how you would pay homage to 10 years of movies.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember what I said, but I had said, we'll talk about it in the spoiler episode probably, but they went with it. They went with it and they added to what I was hoping they would do. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's just solid movie.
No,
solid.
Like it does pay homage and it does pay respect towards all the Marvel movies, and it really does, and it shows that this is all everyone's together. Everyone's had their hand and print on this. Yeah, but no, definitely, guys. Obviously, we're gonna recommend this movie, guys. Alamo City Movie Talk and Countdown City Geekcast does approve this movie, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check it out, guys.
If you find tickets.
If you find tickets, guys.
It is worthy.
If you are worthy to find tickets. Alrighty, guys. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
One at Cloud X Drive.
Steady with the Countdown to the Geekcast.
Steady, always a pleasure, man. Thanks for coming out. It's we'll just get a room here, man. We'll just start. Get a room here with Cloud. Yeah, y'all share the room together.
Well, we're taking turns, right? Because you were on our show last week, so now I'm over here. So then we got to go back again.
Okay, all right.
Awesome.
This is our review of non-spoilers, guys. Be sure to look up our spoilers review coming out to you. Hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up, guys.